Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Christopher Hoops, and I'm a realtor with Bliss Realty Group. My company is Axios Property Advisors, and today we are going to be talking about ways you can get top dollar for your listing in a seller's market. But first, I'd like you to destroy that subscribe button, hit the like button, and of course throw on a little bell. That way you get notified when the next video arrives. What I'd like to do is offer you some ways for you to maximize the offers and the size of the offer that you get on your home in this market. First is going to be first impressions. When you are preparing your house to be listed on the market, you're going to want to look at what the house appears to be when you first drive up. So you're going to pull weeds, you're going to clean up your landscaping, get rid of any bushes or hedges or trees that are blocking the view of the house. You're going to clean up the paint. This may include an exterior paint job. Right now it's perfect, it's about 90 degrees, sunny. You're also going to want to work on the first impressions as soon as you open the door of the house. So this is going to be the walkway. Are there coats hanging up? Is there dirt on the part of the carpet right at the entryway? You either need to replace that carpet or more likely just need to do a good thorough cleaning. This leads me to the second way that you can maximize your profit, and that is going to be by getting rid of smells, textures, clutter. That is a deep clean, and if you need scent mitigation, I can help you take care of that. There's no way to overstate how important it is for a house to not smell when you walk in. Smell triggers memory. Smell brings you back to a place that is either happy or not happy. And when someone walks in your house, you want to send someone to the happiest place possible. And hopefully that's the closing table. You don't want them thinking about cat pee and the house smelling like cigarettes and alcohol. And you don't want them thinking that this is someone else's house with pictures, family pictures, and clothes everywhere, and clutter all over the floor from your baby's toys. That's all happy home stuff, but you're not selling your home, you're selling their home. Okay? They're going to be buying their next home. That leads us to our third, and that's going to be reducing personal items. I just mentioned personal photos. You want to minimize as much of that as possible, because personal photos, when people are walking around, they're going, wow, this is a nice home someone else has, and they're going to see pictures of your kids or your grandparents, and what they really need to do is imagine themselves in that house. And so you want to have that impression that this is going to be their home, not they're taking your home away. Okay? Reducing personal items is also going to be taking dishes that typically would be on your countertop, like a nice Le Creuset pot, and putting that away. Putting your blender away, putting your protein powder away, all your, unless they're in nice containers and it just looks fairly staged, you're going to want to take your spices and your herbs and put them away. You just want to minimize clutter, and you want it to look clean and organized in every single room. But your main rooms are going to be the first one you see, which is typically like your TV room or your family room, right at the entryway, your master bedroom, and of course your kitchen. Those are going to be super important. If you've got a cluttered children's room, that's not as big of a deal as a cluttered kitchen with dishes in the sink. You want to minimize all that all the time. This leads me to the fourth, and that's going to be no wasted upgrades. If you have a carpet that's been urinated on by cats or dogs and it's just got stains, replace that carpet, because that's going to leave an impression on the whole house, not just where you see it. If you have a carpet in the basement that needs to be removed, feel free to demo it. You don't necessarily need to replace it. I would do it on a house by house basis, because sometimes people are going to want to put in their own carpet. So you could demo the carpet and then leave it, or you could leave the carpet and let them decide. If you're talking about something in a kitchen where the tile is broken, you definitely want to repair that. But if it's linoleum, just keep it clean. And if it's an older kitchen that needs to be upgraded, what you're going to need to do is make sure that you're not wasting money on new cabinets when, if the house just needs to be upgraded completely, they're just going to rip it out anyway. And so you just wasted all that money on cabinets from Home Depot when they really wanted something a little more special. So I like to leave the big upgrades to the new owner. I just want to make sure that the house has a really great impression so people can see what the house can be and they can see it as their own. You just want to mitigate all of that, and then the house will look super great when photography comes and when people come to see it. And that leads me to number 5, and that is going to be professional photography. After you have fixed your first impressions, you've decluttered the house, and you've taken care of your necessary upgrades or fixes, you want a great photographer to come and take photos of your home, and that is going to be the first impression anyone has of your property, because most of the time people will see it online first. I would imagine 99% of the buyers see the home first by photography. You want that to be the best impression you can have. The number one thing I like to do to get top dollar is a pre-inspection. A pre-inspection can cost you around $400, maybe a little more. I mean, depends on the size of the house. And this is going to mitigate a lot of costs when it comes to the inspection objection phase, where the buyer sends an inspector, gets a report, and then they negotiate a lower price or fixes to be done on the house. And the lower price and the fixes always cost more, because you may be able to patch a few portions of your roof that are caused by hail damage yourself for $10, $15. But in the inspection objection, they're going to be happy with a professional coming to do it when that's not necessary. So if you have the inspection, you can see everything before the buyer sees it. And I'm going to tell you a good example. I just sold a fixer-upper in Denver for $500,000 cash. It was a really great transaction. I listed it for $480,000. But one thing that we did in order to make it the most appealing is we did a pre-inspection and we took care of significant issues that had gone overlooked for a very long time. And one of them was a red tag on the water heater. I'm not an HVAC specialist. I don't do plumbing, but I do know a red tag when I see one, and I know that that is going to prevent a lot of buyers from being able to get a loan on a house that's got some kind of red tag on it. That's going to show up in the inspection. It's going to be a big problem. They're going to negotiate significantly lower price just to get all that mitigated. You don't have to go through that if you take care of it yourself. They invested in a new water heater because of the design of their house. They couldn't use a standard tank water heater. They had to go tankless. The small investment of a new water heater, which was a few $1,000s, I mean, it's not pennies, but they're going to sell their house. They had plenty of equity in it. They got that water heater and they removed the red tag, and now in the the seller's property disclosure, instead of saying red tag on water heater, we got to say brand new tankless water heater. That red tag had been removed. We also had some issues with the roof. There's some hail damage. We mitigated all of that. We had some electrical in the kitchen that needed to be upgraded. We took care of that. And the rest, because the house was a fixer-upper, we even had some issues with the kitchen cabinets. We knew that whoever's going to buy this house was probably going to remove that kitchen. So we didn't even fix that. We just decluttered the best we could and let the buyers decide what the ROI is on fixing that kitchen. I did not want my sellers spending thousands of dollars on a kitchen that was just going to be ripped out. So long story short, we were able to sell the house We got $20,000 over list price. We also mitigated any chance of them having inspection resolution items that would bring that price down. We already knew what was going on before we listed it in the house. There's no surprises. So there you go, 6 ways that you can, not guarantee the highest price, because you just don't know what that's going to be. The highest price is the one you accept. But you can guarantee that you're going to have people competing in this kind of market for your home, and you're not going to have to nitpick after you're under contract to keep the price from dropping and dropping and dropping. There you have it. I appreciate if you hit subscribe. I'm Chris Hoops, realtor with Bliss Realty Group. Ring that little bell, and if you're on Instagram, go ahead and click that little heart, share, add it to your story. That'd be great. And then, of course, call me right here. Call me. I'd love to take a look at your home, help you decide what it's worth. We'll get it on the market and get you top dollar. You have a great day.